Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening once again. Today is 22nd of October 2023, and we're here live again on our YouTube channel, The Honest Academy. My name is Justice. If you're joining us on this live, please kindly subscribe to this channel. If you've subscribed before, thank you for coming back to watch us on this channel. We promise to bring you very interesting tutorials, sewing tutorials, and live talks, and possibly normal live, not live, sit down videos. Okay. All right. So today we have an interesting topic, as you've seen on the thumbnail: how to start a fashion business, a successful fashion business, right from your home. Starting a successful fashion business right from your home. What do you need to do? The question is it possible to start a successful or start and run a successful fashion business right from home? The answer is yes, a very big yes. Some persons have done it, some are still doing it, and you too can do it. Okay, if you come, please say hi. Let me know if you're here. If you can hear me, say hi in the comment section. Let me know. Or if you have any other opinion, you can also drop it so that others can learn from you too. Starting and running a successful fashion business right from home. Now we're going to be starting from the perspective of someone who does not even know how to sew, who has not run a fashion business before, who does not have an idea. Okay, but then you have interest. Number one thing you need is your interest, your passion to start a successful fashion business. If you have the interest, whatever you desire so much, you actually have a way of succeeding in it. So once you've scrutinized yourself, it's something you know that this is what you really want to do, this is what you want to venture into, then it's possible. All you have to do is to set the right criteria, to set the right things in place for you to achieve it. Hi, Priscilla. Thank you for joining me. Okay, once that is done, the next thing you need to do is to acquire the right skill, acquire the right knowledge. All right. So you can't acquire the right skill and knowledge when you have not channeled your attention to something. Now, fashion is large, fashion is broad, fashion business is a whole lot. Okay, one person cannot do everything. You need to decide, now that I'm set to do fashion business, what line of fashion do I want to go into? Remember, you've not acquired the skill. Are you going into menswear? Are you going into children's wear? Are you going to adult female wear? What is it, a baby girl wear? What kind of fashion? Is it street wears? Is it casuals? Bridals? What kind of fashion? Which area of fashion business do you want to venture into? You need to make research on it and look at what you have interest in. Once you decide, this will help you to learn faster, okay, to help you to move on ahead, knowing that this is your area of focus. Now let's assume you want to go into adult female wears. There are a lot of things that surrounds adult female wears. You can be specific. Adult female wears has a whole lot in it. You can be specific on what you want to do. Is it traditional attires? Here in Nigeria we have judges and all that, those traditional wedding ceremonies. Is it what you want to go into? Even though you can do some other things around it, but have a focus. Now that you decide on which area of fashion you want to go into, the next thing you have to do is to choose a teacher. Okay, if you need to go far and faster, you need someone to hold you by the hand. You can't do this all alone, except you just want to have it as a hobby. You just want to have it when you have the time. You can come around on YouTube, learn one or two things, and then go practice on your own. It's going to take you a whole lot of time. But if you're planning to move into it as a business, you need someone to hold you by the hand and show you what to do. Okay, so now you need to carefully, in previous video we talked about choosing a good fashion school. Are you going to a fashion school? Are you going to a tailoring shop? Or fashion school is going to make it more faster for you. Okay, so if you're going to a fashion school, know that you're starting from the scratch. Don't even tell yourself that I was watching YouTube videos, I know how to hold the scissors, I know how to cut the thread, then you're going for an advanced class. No, you're going to enjoy yourself doing that. All right, what you have to do is to start from the scratch. Let them groom you. If you have chosen a good fashion school, remember, a good fashion school that teaches very well. Okay, so you need to start from the beginning, from the basic, and build. You can give yourself 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, depending on how much you want to acquire or how good you want to become. Okay, that is enough for you to start from the scratch and move to the advanced level. Okay, so moving into a good fashion business is not something that is done overnight. You decide today and tomorrow you've started the business. You need to take your time, plan it so that you don't start today and stop tomorrow. Okay, we need it to continue, and of course, you can make a whole lot of money out of it. So start from the scratch, put yourself together, put your mind in it. It requires money, but if you plan it carefully, it's something that you can do. Move, practice as you go, practice as you go, ask questions, do anything that you can to make sure that you're truly following with what you're learning. 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you're done, because you have a focus and you know the area that you want to go into. You don't just go there and begin to do everything: menswear, children's wear, adult wear, streetwear, everything. Have a focus. So now let's assume that 6 months has gone, 7 months, 8 months, depending on the duration you signed for, has gone. For me, I think it will be better if you go do an internship, either the place where you learned or go to another place, a good fashion house. Don't just do anything else. Focus on the area that you have interest in. Go for internship. Or if there is no internship, you can decide to work for someone, either for payment or for free. You're the one who knows what you're looking for. Okay, so you don't even just have to bother yourself much about the money. Your point is to be very good in what you're doing. There's a place of skill in any business that you're doing. If you have the money, you have everything, there is something that's being so good in what you're doing that nobody can discard you anyhow. So you're trying to build your skill to the standard that no one can decide to either come to you or not come to you. They have no choice than to come to you. That is what we want. Okay, so all you have to do is either go for internship or go work for someone. Give yourself some time. 3 months, 6 months, it's enough for you to work with someone or do an internship. In this case, you're not just building the skill, you're also mastering the business side of fashion. Because if you have the skill alone, which is number one very important thing, you also need the business ideas. Without the business ideas, it will be difficult for you to move faster and to make it as easy as it should be. Okay, even though it might not be that easy, but it's achievable. All right, so work and work as much as you can. 3 months, 6 months, you're done, or even 1 year, that if you want to work that long. Okay, so once this is done, remember that you're starting from the home. Now, I didn't remember to tell you there are two categories of people that work from home. There are big fashion houses that have home office that stays in the house, and that is where the office is. And there are people that do not have big homes, but they have a smaller room. But then within the room, they have their own office. They have a section where they work. Okay, so depending on your capacity, depending on what you're able to do, you can start wherever you are from the comfort of your house. Of course, you're not there to be comfortable, you're there to start with what you have. Now, if your room is such a small place, you can still carve a place for yourself. What do you need? You need a sewing machine. You can't start a fashion business without a sewing machine, especially where you're starting by yourself. Even if people are going to work with you very soon, you also need to understand what you're doing, know itself first before you move it to the other person, so that at no time will you be a novice in your own business. You need to understand what you're doing. All right. So either you have a big house or a small house, make sure you have some things in place. One, you need a sewing machine. Could be an industrial sewing machine, could be a vintage sewing machine, domestic sewing machine, whichever sewing machine that you prefer. You need, this is optional though, a serger. You can have the manual, you can have industrial, whichever one that you're able to get. You need a body form or a dress form, whichever one you can name it. Okay, either for display or for other kind of work, depending on what you do. For display, it's very, very necessary. Of course, you can't do business without people seeing it. Your clothing is not complete unless someone lives in it. So once you're making clothes, you're making what people are actually going to wear, not just for display purpose. Okay, so you need other smaller things. You need a cutting table. Of course, as you work, your health is important to you. You don't want to stress yourself being on the floor. You need a cutting table to do whatever it is that you're doing. And of course, you need lightning. You need lightning, especially for display. You need lightning. You can't do without lightning. It's going to be difficult for people to see what you're doing, even though you'll be posting on social media. All right. So once this is done, you need as much marketing and awareness that you can create for your business. Like I said before, your clothing is useless unless someone wears it, unless someone lives in the clothes. So all you have to do, despite the production or whatever it is that you're doing, you need people to know what you're doing, you need people to see you, you need people to buy from you. Okay, do not underestimate the power of social media. Social media can give you a whole lot, even when the people you live in the house does not know what you're doing. People outside can be the only source of clients or customers that you want, and they will give you more than what you deserve. All right, so your marketing is going to be top notch. What do you do in your marketing? People are drawn to what they see, not just the write up that you put up. In addition to write up, you need pictures, you need videos of your work, you need any evidence to show that this is what you do and this is what you're doing. And then I forgot to mention that while you're learning, you need to be showcasing yourself. You don't just learn in secret. Of course, you know where you're going, right? And they said it's good to work in silence so that people don't get, but I don't really believe that. Once you are into something and you know that you have a long way to go in it, as in it's something that you plan to build over time, you need to start showcasing it. Let people start seeing you. Let them know that this is what you're up to. Even if you're not selling at the moment, let them know that this is what you're into. You get a lot of things when people get to know that this is what you want. Even before you begin to mention that you're selling, they're already announcing you to their friends, family, and others. Okay, so you need a lot of people to get to know what you are doing. Of course, we've mentioned the things that you need in starting your fashion business, the items, of course, your scissors, we've talked about lightning, and so much more. We are now talking about marketing. A closed mouth is a closed business, right? So, in addition to social media, you also need to tell people, if you have people around you, if you have family members, friends, and neighbors, that this is what you're doing, this is what you need. Remember that we're starting from the scratch. We've not grown to become so big that everybody knows us. We're starting from the scratch, so we are the only one building this business to the standard where it becomes global. Every international entrepreneur you see today started from somewhere. Some of them started all alone. So even if you start all alone from one corner of your room, you can actually grow bigger to become international brand if you put your mind in it. Do not underestimate the little beginning. The day that you decided to go learn, that does not need to count. What needs to count is where you are going, not where you are at the moment. Okay? You need word of mouth, you need people to know you. Ask people for referral. You can't be just be producing and no one is wearing the clothes, no one is patronizing. Now, the easiest way to get money to fund your fashion business is bespoke tailoring. All right. We've seen ready to wear, they are good, and other branches of fashion business. Bespoke tailoring gives you easy money, no matter how little it is. Fashion funds itself. As you get money, you channel it into bigger stuff that will give you what you get. So once you create awareness, market very well, and people get to see and patronize you, you begin to save money, no matter how little it is, and do other bigger things, bigger stuff that increases your income and your capacity. And now, as you go further in business, you try to build capacity. It's not always going to be a one man's business, it's definitely going to grow. You can invest in machines. Machines are increasing in prices every day. So, as you get money, don't just decide to start showing what you can buy. Show what you can acquire for your business, because over time you're going to start enjoying it if you put in the work today. Buy as much machines as you can, not just the sewing machine. You need other things into the business that will make it to grow faster. There are different types of body forms that can help you make easier clothes. And of course, as you grow, you learn as the trend changes. That will help you to grow faster. Be the first to showcase what is happening, and that's where people get to respect you, people get to trust you, people get to know that this you are serious with the business that you are doing. Okay, so I believe we've talked so much on our fashion business starting from home. And of course, while you're in the house, depending on how people are going to visit you, you're the one to determine if you're going to be allowing people into your home and if you do not want people into your home. Okay? If you want people into your home, you don't want them to navigate through so many rooms before getting into your office. You need to keep it at a place that is easier for access, not a place where they will have to pass through the kitchen and pass through here and so many other stuff before getting to you. It might not really sink well in their mind and they might not be able to come back next time. So if you have a room, let it be something that is accessible to people easily. If you have a house, you can use the your sitting room so that once they come in, it is just the